All right, we are live. It is Monday. It's Monday. Markets are closed. The futures are open, but markets were closed today. I hope everybody had a great 4th of July. We gave you the day off. Gerry basically came to me and said, you know what? Let's give these guys a day off. So, thanks for joining us on a Monday night. Hope you had a great 2 days, 3 days off, I guess. Futures are up right now. I thought the VIX was up too, but I guess I looked at the wrong thing. If the VIX is up, that's a red flag, but I don't think it is. I'm going to go through my week and kind of just, maybe even recap maybe June's results. And maybe you can do the same thing for your last week and then maybe your June results as well. And maybe whatever else you want to share. So,
For sure.
thanks everybody for joining. We'll go ahead and kind of just do our recap, and then we'll kind of do our normal shout out, go through the list here, and so let me just talk about my week. I had actually a really good week. I ended the week about $2,700 up for last week. And it wasn't supposed to be like that. I was taking a lot of stuff off just so I could put new stuff on, changing over to the indexes for the most part, trying to change over to the indexes. $2,700 week last week, just for July, and that was what, 2 days of July, I think, right? Or was it three? No, it's just 2 days. So just Thursday and Friday, there's $1,700 alone just for those 2 days. And then for June alone, it was 5,100, which I think came out to about 2%. And honestly, that 2% number is just, I hate it. I think it's misleading because it's only looking at, it's based off the net lick. So, or whatever. If the market's down, and I still took $5,000 in gains. If the market was down, I wouldn't have had a 2% gain, right? So I think it's a little misleading. I don't like that number, but for what it is, if you want to judge me off of the percentage return, then it was 2%. So $5,100 last month, which puts me at $32,000 for the year with half the year left. I don't expect to have $6,000. I expect if I can get anywhere between 4 to 5, somewhere around there, that's going to be surpass my goal of 24% for the year. And next year, I'm probably going to end up changing that. It's probably not going to be 24%. I'll probably lower it to 18, just because of the new strategy I'm doing. And we can talk about that too. But right now, let's see. Just to recap, I got $4,700 baking and premium, 26% buying power usage. Got 21 positions on with 40 contracts total. And that's spread across July 23rd, July 30th, August 6th, August 13th, and August 20th. August 20th being the largest there because that's the normal expiry at 20. I got almost $2,500 sitting there alone. I do have a spread on Netflix right now as well. So it's the only spread I have on, and I don't have a lot of individual positions on. There's just a handful left. I'll be looking to get out of those and going straight to the indexes. So that's my week. Let me know if you have any questions on that, people. My Gerry. Gerry, why don't you recap your week and your month and kind of maybe just give us a snapshot of how July is looking for you.
Jeez, man. I need to up my statistic game over here. Sheesh. Holy crap.
The only statistic that matters, you're killing it. So
man, it's like, geez. I don't have all those statistics for you. Sorry, guys.
What statistics did I rattle off? The money that I made?
I don't know. It was just this many and this date, and I have this many contracts and over this many positions expiring here, and I got 2%, and I'm like, holy man. Oh well. Anyway, My week was slow. I had a slow week.
Hmm.
Took off. What did I close? I closed $725.80 in profit last week. Um, I put on a little bit more than I have been, which is good. Um, June ended up being realized profit $3,723.92. And like Dave says, if you want to judge me by percentages, Interactive Brokers says that's about 4%. So it is what it is. That number is kind of jacked up, though. I guess you got to take your beginning cash balance at the first of the month and then base it off of that. But it bases it off the net liquidation value of everything. So I kind of get what you're saying there. But currently, I got $1,945 cooking for the rest of July, and I'm heavily starting to build out August, and I got $1,512 out burning in July. I only did I just did a quick glance because I don't have the statistics in a fancy spreadsheet, but I took a quick glance. I did about 50 trades for the month of June. So when I first started, you'd see me doing 25, 30 trades a day. Now I barely do 3, 4 a day. And I'm kind of liking it. And I think we're going to discuss this because you're talking about going to the indexes and that most of my stuff is being put on 45 days out, even 50 for me. But what I noticed and what I'm trying to accomplish by doing this is if I look back from January on, my stock chart, like return wise, is like extremely volatile. Like, I mean, hugely volatile compared to the S&P. I'm right about meeting the S&P right now because I had a bad January, but I'm right in line with the S&P right now. But the route that I took to get there was freaking horrendous. So I'm hoping that these longer dated things will kind of flatten that curve out a little bit, and make the returns a little bit smoother. So that's what was my June.
I was just pulling up the numbers here for the year, just year to date, just to get an idea. I didn't rattle that number off, so let me see what that says on that. What does yours say? You're just what, like 14, 16%, somewhere around there?
I think I'm around 14 and a half.
Okay. Let's see. What is this?
But I had a horrible January, so
I'm at 16.6 is what IB is saying. Like I said, those numbers are just, yeah, I don't like it. I don't like the way the IB shows that, but there's probably no other way they can do it. So, okay. Well, thanks for going through that. I'm trying to get back to the screen here. Okay, here we go. We'll do some hellos here, greetings. We got MDB in the house over here. Michael Kruger. Yes, I almost said Sunday. Good evening. Good evening. I don't know if anybody had to work today. Most people probably had the day off, so all good. Welcome, all good. We got Christopher Blaine. If you made it, you're just in time. Actually, we're early. So we got a grateful man, and let's see here. We got Thumper. I didn't get to watch your video today, Thumper. Today feels like a Sunday. Yeah, it was great, honestly, having an extra day off, because 2 days is not enough time for me. Just all the other crap we're doing, just YouTube wise and chat wise, and all the other side hustles type of stuff that we're doing. It was just nice to wake up, turn the alarm off, had the alarm off, and get like some sleep, watch Mayans, catch up on Mayans, right? And just veg, you know what I mean? So, is T-Doc a buy right now? I don't know. Let me look at that one. Teledoc.
Did it pull back? That would be my worry. Teledoc, T-Doc. I don't know if that's a reopening play or closing play or what.
Well, it's
The trend, you know, I don't know.
the trend is not your friend on this one right now. Anyway, it's a Wall Street bet target too, but I don't know. What are you trying to do with it? So I kept saying, well, I'm trying to make money with it. What are you trying to do with it? You know, are you trying to go long? You try to do options on it? I mean, what are you doing? Leaps? Um, I just probably wouldn't be something I'd touch. Um, I think it's, you know, I don't even know a lot about the company, right? It's like, what is it like, kind of online, doctor service or something like that, or what?
Yep, that's exactly what it is. Zoom meetings and all that junk.
So it is. I think we're in 2021, right? We're definitely heading towards that. I think it's definitely more acceptable these days. And honestly, doctors really don't do much for you anyway.
Yep.
Like, oh yeah, all right, here's some cattle pills for you or whatever. I mean, the pills they just hand them out like crazy. I'm more of like a kind of like a natural healer in a way. I really believe in that strongly. I believe that the body can heal itself if you're not feeding it a bunch of junk. You're taking care of your body, and for the most part, it can heal itself. So you'd have a hard time getting me to go to a teledoc when they're just gonna say a bunch of bullshit and write a prescription, probably. But I used to work with this guy, and he'd go get his annual checkup or whatever, and if the doctor didn't tell him what he liked, your cholesterol is high, you need to do this or do this. You need to cut down the Pop Tarts and the Egg McMuffins and your 1,000-ounce freaking Dr. Pepper you have every day. He'd go find another doctor and told him what he wanted to hear. um, like, why to go to the doctor to begin with, right? So it's just funny. Tell us what you're trying to do with it, Michael. So, Dave, would you like to hear? Let's see. I would like to hear an update in your QQQ spy strategy. Are you willing to make videos? Videos. Yeah, I can. I'm not going to replace the Saturday video with it though, because it's just not going to get it. It doesn't have a viewership. Options are tough. Like it's just there's a lot of rhetoric out there. People are losing their ass and losing money, and it's just people get scared of them. So there's not a lot of viewership for them.
Are you doing your blog post still about what you've been doing?
I slacked. I had about half the blog post done today, and I got caught up with the Mayans. But I don't know if it's going to be. I might throw a weekly update is hard for me. What I can do is throw a weekly out, like a kind of like a small weekly update for just the positions I have out there, or maybe like a small update, but kind of maybe comes down to like just a whole monthly update. I don't know. It's tough. And here's the thing. Here's the real kicker. The real kicker is I have no idea if anybody's even reading the things. I do have analytics, but I really can't tell how many people are actually looking at this thing, actually interested in it. Nobody's commenting on it, so it's hard to stay engaged in there. It doesn't make me a dime, okay? It costs me money to run that, right? So it's hard for me to stay up with it if there's nobody really interested in it, right? If people are interested in it, then I have more incentive to write, right? So
a grateful man was interested in it.
Hey, I got one. That might be enough. So, I mean, that's just, I need to know that there's people that want to see it. You know what I mean? So if there's not, then it's a waste of my time, right? It's a lot of time too. It's not easy. So, yeah. So to update this, I was doing 15% probably of the money. Well, 15 deltas. It's close with the probability, but on the Qs, I got out a lot of individual positions last week. If it was up, I took profit. I left some stuff on. Just looking at it right now, I have Palantir on. I have Netflix on. I have Arcade. Well, that's an index. I got Square. I got MasterCard. I got a Beyond Meat, and that's it. So that's the last of the individual positions that I have on. I got a GDX, but I think that's an index too. Um, so I'm just look. It might not be everybody's cup of tea doing what I'm doing. I'm trying to simplify, make it rules based, make it like take the thought out of it completely, not really think about anything at all. Getting ready for the Theta Gang bot, right, to run that thing at some point. So I wanted to move to the Qs because it's got a pretty high return for how much buying power uses. It's pretty darn good. So I did 15% delta or 15 delta. And, I mean, shoot, I had like 18 contracts on at one point. And then, I think we were talking to Grateful Man on Thursday night. And I think he said, well, I can get there at 10% or 5%. I don't know what percentage he or delta he rattled off. Because I looked at, honestly, several months back, I did the same thing. I'm just going to get in SPY and maybe a few QQQs or something like that at a 5 delta. I couldn't get anywhere near a 2% return. So, but I don't need a 2% return, right? The account's going to keep growing. I got other capital that's going to go in the account. So if I can get 1.5% using the indexes, and if the count keeps growing that, even pair it back even at 1%, that's still a boatload of money. I mean, it'd be $5,000. So I think that sweet spot is 10 delta for me right now. The Theta Gang bot's been running at a 20 delta and has yet to been in the money, even close to it. So it just hasn't been tested through a downturn. But like I said, it's a forever roll, right? It's going to roll for two conditions: 90% profit, or it's going to roll if it has less than 15 days left. Those two things right there. So it's extracting that extrinsic value forever is what it's doing. So if the market continues to go down, guess what? It'll just roll down to a 0.2 delta. And if that, whether that's, in the money or not, right, it doesn't really matter. Because it's just going to continue to roll. So roll your boat down a stream.
Is that 90% fixed?
You can change it if you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can change it. You can change the delta. You can change the 45 days. You can change the profit taker. You can have it take assignment if you want as well. So for me, I'm doing Qs. I might throw some SPYs in there. I don't know. Right now, I'm not. They take more buying power. There's less return. So right now, I'm looking at doing ARC-Ks, IWMs, QQQ, XOP, TNA maybe, and I'll throw maybe a SPY in it here or there. I'm just trying this out. Like I said, it might not be everybody's cup of tea. If everybody's flocking to Thumper, Thumper's got, umpteen million% return every freaking month. If that's your cup of tea, by all means, go that route, right? To me, I want to make it where I don't have to think about it. I want to make money easily. Don't have to think a lot about it. Not a lot of stress. Don't have to put on a bunch of positions all the time. The Qs make some pretty darn good return. That's just me. It's rules based, and I don't even have to look at a chart most of the time with those, right? I'm still going to put a little bit of Dave, swag on there or whatever, right? Like I'll look at charts, I'll look at the moving averages, I'll look at this, whatever. I might even throw on an individual position or two here and there. Just see, we'll see. I'm going to give it a try. But anybody else has any questions on that, let me know. Gerry, you got anything to say about that?
No, I'm interested myself because I see how, with a toward the end of retirement, because this really interests me, because if I'm gonna hit the road in an RV, I'm gonna probably be desirable to make this as simple as possible, because of internet accessibility and just straight up life freedom, right? So if you're traveling in an RV, trying to see the country, you don't want to have, I got to stop and put a trade on, what I mean? So it's very interesting to me. So I'll be definitely tuned in to see how this works.
So I will be trading from a phone next year, at least 4 or 5 months out of the year, right? When I'm in the AT, I'll be trading from a phone. I'll be putting probably 60-day DTEs on at that time. So, and I'll probably even maybe do, I have to see, I have to see what the 0.5 deltas or 0.05 deltas are worth, but I'm going to simplify it even more, and I'm going to be doing it from a phone. Everything will be done from a phone. So, I'll be able to pay for probably that whole, because that account should be a lot bigger by the time I go next year. So I should be able to pay for that whole excursion on the AT with just options alone.
Nice.
Matter of fact, I plan on making money while I'm on the AT. So we got Jerry's wife, or better half, in the house here. Thumper threw in the Discord. Check out the Discord, folks. Check out Thumper's channel as well. Got James here. Let's see. Yeah, hopefully. I didn't respond to your message. I didn't get to it until this morning, but hopefully you realize we didn't do a stream last night and you're hanging out. I tried to send it out pretty early so people could just say, yeah, we don't have to show up for this. We got Nick L. Hey guys, what's going on, Nick? Stock Ninja, evening fellas. And Stock Ninja, he's a premium buyer, not part of the Theta gang at all. He fell to the dark side. Is it the dark side, or is that? I guess that is the dark side, isn't it?
The dark side to us, I guess.
The dark side is the good side, but it's not in this case. Yeah. Well, at least the dark side. I don't know. Were you ever if you watch Star Wars, were you, which side were you on, right? You Darth Vader fan?
I'm not a Star Wars guy, but I would be on the bad guy side for probably.
I came to the Karate Kid. Which side were you on? Tony La Russa's side or the other side? Right? Oh, man. Let's see. With Thumper, a good idea. Let's see. Ladies. Talk Ninja and ladies. They talking about themselves. All good. She's back from her walk. We got a bunch of coffers in here. Let's see. The only statistic you need is our for profit and the end of the month of not laughing on my ass, I bet. I have no idea what you're saying there. Okay, we got all good talking. We got Gino. What's going on, Gino? Welcome to a Monday night. Talk about options or stocks or whatever people want to talk about. Let's see here. CMFW. I don't know what that stands for. It's carry something, but let's see here. So what's your ROR, IRR, and your TWIRR? Oh, my God.
What? Is he just trying to throw some statistics in there?
Statistics. I don't know. Either that or they're STDs. I'm not really sure. ROR, rate of return. What's IRR and what's IW or TWIRR? That's Tastyworks IRR, or it could be
time weighted.
Time weighted, yeah, it could be time weighted. I don't know. Tell us. We're learning something. Sal 209, what's going on? Alternative investments. Good evening. Good evening to you. Alternative investments. So is 2020 in a way soft year for return? Could be. Could be. Don't know.
Doesn't seem like it to me.
I don't know. Depends on what Hot Lip says and does, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. We got to get through this year first. You know what I mean? We're up 16% right now, but we could sell off 15% and end the year flat. Who knows? You know what I mean? Let's get through this year first. Next year, yeah, I don't know. They're talking about raising the rates, cutting back on buying back treasuries or whatever the heck they're doing. So I don't know. We'll see, because every time they've done that, they're just trying to position themselves so it's not a complete, caught off guard. The market's not caught off guard. The market's forward looking, if you didn't know. It looks out 12 to anywhere from 6 to 12 months, beyond that, possibly. So it doesn't look at tomorrow. It doesn't care about next month. It cares about a ways down the road. So it's pricing all that stuff in. I know last week, I don't think anybody's brought it up yet, but people have brought up there was 72T last week, or the SEP, the SEPP, by the way, not SEP IRA. When you call and try to ask a broker about a SEP, they're going to assume you're talking about a SEP IRA, and you need to stop them because it's not the same thing. Because I had a guy that wouldn't shut up. He just literally would not shut up. I'm like, let me just stop you right here. It's not a SEP IRA. It's a SEP. It's a 72. Oh yeah, we're not involved with that at all. It's like, well, you kind of are because you give us the 1099 R or whatever the hell it is at the end of the year. And in box 7, if I'm not mistaken, you can put a 1 or a 2 in there, and that makes a big difference for us, right? So just to let everybody know, I looked into the program. It's something I'm going to be doing, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because interest rates matter. Interest rates are low right now. The midterm rates are 1.28%. I don't know if I want to SEP at that, right? I don't know if I want to set up a program at 1.28%. I need the percentage to come up. I need the rates to come up to 2.5%, 3%, ideally. And this is coming up from less than 1% just a few months back, So anybody that's looking to do a SEP, you really need to consider, what method you're going to use. And right now, the rate's at 1.28%, and they're actually talking about next year raising up the life expectancy. So, and I can't say that one. It's like statistics for me. Life expectancy. So looking at raising that anywhere from 1 to 3 years. So that's going to affect the SEP as well. And if anybody doesn't know what a SEP is, just taking money out of your 401k, I'm going to roll over to an IRA and set up a program. And you can do a substantial equal payments, withdrawal, whatever. You can avoid the 10% penalty, get your money out. In this case here, it would be like, for me, $10,000 a year or something like that. I could take the money out. If you pay normal taxes on that, though, whatever tax rate you're in, you're going to pay on that. That's fine, though, because 401k, you're going to pay that shit anyway, right? But you can avoid that 10% penalty. You have to be in it at least 5 years or until you're 59 and a half or whatever is longer. There's some caveats as well. The only reason this is working for me, by the way, is because I get to still keep my solo 401k, 2 separate accounts. I'm going to SEP one account, keep the solo 401k separate. So anyways, that's enough on that because I might bore the heck out of these people here, but a lot of people did bring it up. So let's see here. As long as 5 to 25, as long term 5 to 20. Well, you got in at 5? Is that what he said?
I think he's talking about years. That's a big spread there. 5 to 25 years. I don't know. I think the trend to mobile doctors is strong. I don't see that changing, especially for the healthier crowd.
If it gets above 180, it's going to have support, or excuse me, it's going to have resistance at 180. You can pop above that, but what caused that to pop up to begin with? It looks like a Wall Street bet tactic. It looked like a short squeeze. So,
when did it do
I
that?
agree with what Gerry made. Sorry?
When did it do that?
Back in like February?
Oh, yeah, it probably was.
Yeah. Popped up in January, February. So, I agree with Gerry, though. Long term, it's probably, is it ahead of its time right now, right? Is it too far ahead of its time? I guess is the cart in front of the horse, right? In this case here is Teladoc way too overpriced for where it's, for the service they provide, right? We know that maybe that's where the direction's going to go, but is the cart in front of the horse at this point? Is it too far? The leg is too long. Did it get legs in? I don't know. And for me, they have no profit. according to FinViz anyway. Price targets, 229, but who knows what they're basing that off of. I'm definitely, I can tell you this, I'm not one of those investors I'm not a Kyle, basically. Kyle is looking for that next, that next Tesla. He's looking for that next Apple. He's looking, and Apple's not even a good example, honestly. They were in the shitter for a long time, just about went bankrupt, and then got bailed out by Microsoft. But he's looking for that next, 1,000 bagger or next 10,000 bagger. But it comes at an opportunity cost too. How long are you going to be waiting around for that, right? And that's Teladoc to me right now. That's the reason why I would invest in it. I don't care about trying to get 1,000 bagger. I don't care about that because you could be waiting around for 10 years for that to happen. So I care about making money now, not waiting around for something to get legs, right?
Yeah.
So, but if you're okay with that, I'm not smacking somebody around and saying, "Oh, that's a bad idea." I just don't have the patience to wait around. I call it dead money. I don't like dead money. I want money working for me, preferably.
I'd rather own an index for those type of things, like IWM.
That's a good play, actually. I agree with that. You're not going to get, the thing is, you're not going to catch. Okay, so maybe IWM will catch that stock that has legs, right? But it's not going to give you 1,000 bagger on IWM.
Exactly.
But
you're also not subjected to, oh crap, Teladoc had a bad earnings report and it falls 60%.
Right. So basically, you're shooting fish in a barrel with IWM versus trying to shoot a pollywog. And this is just a Davism. I don't know if it really means anything. People losing their asses due to not following Dave safe trades. Everybody has their own strategy. I do not, my way is not the only way. My way is not the only highway. It's not my way or the highway here, folks. Like, there's so many different paths to get where you want to go. You all need to try your own way, and you can take guidance from Gerry, from me. You can take, guidance from everybody in the Discord. James, for example, Thumper, for example, All Good, for example, everybody. Yeah. And just, I think it's kind of funny because we've been spouting off about it for every week, for months now, but people still make the same mistakes that we've been saying don't make, or don't do this, don't do that, right? It's because they still need to go through it on their own until they get their ass handed to them and learn something, right? Like you keep that January is fresh in your mind. You brought it up a lot over the last week,
Yeah.
So I haven't had my ass handed to me, but I had my ass handed to me other investments and other strategies years ago. So I learned from those. And that's the reason why I don't have Thumper returns. I don't want to go through what he's going through. He made great money. He's been making great money. He doubled his account, whatever, right? But he also got his ass handed to him too. And he made a video about that. So go watch that video. So maybe you can learn something from that. Who said it's best to learn from other people's mistakes, right? Somebody said that. It was like a freaking Buffett type person, right?
But you never do.
No, you really don't.
You really don't.
Not everybody does, anyway.
Some people do, but most of the time, is that hot? Psh, right?
That's using my example. Yeah. Don't touch this. It's very hot. Oh, it's hot.
Yeah. I have a scar. I have a scar on my finger because of that. Don't touch that iron. It's hot. Psh. I'm like, what the hell, dude? It was literally hot.
The first thing it
was back in the 80s, though. They freaking put butter on it. On my burnt finger. Oh, yeah.
Butter. Yeah. Or steaks. It was steaks back then, too, right? Okay. Steaks might have been for sunburns, but I hope they weren't using, some ribeyes or something back then. Yeah. See here. What do we got here? I think there's a large viewership for them, but I think our subset selling premium is just a factor of the viewers out there. Well, you got to build the viewership for one. That's part of the issue. But the other issue is it's yeah, I don't know. It just seems to be a lot slower.
I
I think
think I
it's
think
a smaller subset of people doing that than there are probably people doing dividends.
yeah, I think there's not a lot of people that get excited about options because selling premium is not, you're not going to hit a home run. You're not going to hit a home run selling premium. You'll hit a home run buying premium every now and then, but you're going to get hit by the ball. You're going to freaking strike out. You're going to foul ball. You're going to hundreds of times before you hit the big grand slam. So it's, ours isn't as sexy, right? Because it's,
Oh, definitely not sexy.
yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not sexy. And unfortunately, that's what people are drawn to. They're drawn to. It's almost like I always like to equate it to like a crack addict, right? In a way, because they're looking for that next fix. You know, yeah, like they're just looking for that next fix. And when it comes to what we're doing here, it's slow, it's steady, it's predictable for the most part, right? That is not sexy for most people for some reason. Why else are people? Why else are people drawn to what Thumper's doing compared to what I'm doing? Right? It's sexy. Oh, I got a 10% return, but you're only looking at the positives. You're not looking at the negatives at all. There's pros and there's cons, and those cons are really bad when shit goes wrong, right? So you got to kind of weigh those. I'm okay with getting hit by the ball. I'm okay with taking a walk, a pinch hitter. I'm okay with literally no grand slams at all. No home runs, just some base hits, constant base hits. That's what I'm okay with. Like I said, I'm not knocking anybody else's strategy really. Do what you want. Do what works for you. I've changed my strategy a lot over the last year. Just I've tried this, I've tried that. I'm like, I don't like this, I don't like this. I was pretty aggressive. I had an account that was like 150K and I was making 6 grand a month. And I look back at that and it's like, geez, how was I pulling that off? You know what I mean? So compared to now, the account's a lot bigger now and I'm making less. So I mean, granted, premium has died off a little bit, but I wasn't, and that was Dave Safe back then. I was 5% pretty much, but premium was just there. So I don't know. It's an interesting topic. I love to hear everybody's thoughts on it, though. Let's see here. IWM is my favorite overall. It's definitely one of mine. That's on my list to be doing too, for sure. I like it. GDX, not so much. 2% initial return because you're not going to hold it till the bitter end. So if you're going to take it, say 80% profit, that would be, well, I mean, the 2%. I don't know. We ran the numbers. I probably had to rerun the numbers. I forgot the numbers, but QQQ will get me there at a 15% delta for sure, easily. Buying back some of that premium too. So I might probably dial it back. I need to see what a 0.10 delta is going to get me at. You know, and I hate to say I need this percent a month. It's just a guideline. That's all it is. You know, if I take, it's been what, 6 months, and we're just started, so 32K, right? And we divide that out by six. That's an average $5,300, right, for every month. Even though I had a $2,000 a month, $2,600 a month, had a couple of $6,000 months, a couple of $5,000 months, right? So you know, it's not a hard fast rule for me. 18%, I think, is where I'm going to start next year, assuming I can get that money back from the flips that's sitting in the account. And that's just where I'm going to start. It might be easy. I don't know. It might be too easy, and I'll raise it back up. So, Jerry, I mean, you still, if you move to indexes or whatever, you're still going to be, what are you going to be shooting for? What delta are you looking for too?
I would probably be in that 15 range. Probably 10 on IWM, probably 15 on the others. but I mean, it might take me a while to transition to that. I think the larger the account, the easier it is to do that for you. It just depends on where you're at, right? I'm on, aggressive mode in the fast lane, trying to build it up and grow, and so I'm just I'm staying in my lane, but I'm definitely looking in my rear view mirror to check out the other lane, right? Because I do play small mid cap stocks, and that could be that there's risk there that you don't have on indexes, and
Right.
there's definitely something I probably, as the account grows to where I'm comfortable with, trying to balance that to where I take some of that risk away, because you take a lot of risk away by doing indexes, and you take a lot of market sentiment, you take a lot of news, you take a lot of earnings away, you take lawsuits away, you take government saying we're not going to buy Boeing planes anymore. You take all that, all those external problems doing individual stocks away by doing indexes. And I think it's a great way to go.
But for all that stuff he gets taken away, the premium is not as high as on some of those things that he's.
Correct. Yeah.
But like I said, it's there's a reason why you're getting paid for it, right?
And just so nobody quotes me, the government didn't say they weren't going to stop Boeing planes. Everybody's like Googling it right now. Government, stop buying Boeing planes.
Well, military's getting gutted. Yeah, we're gonna stop buying planes. Sal to it. I watch all your options videos. I don't put a lot of options videos out. Um, it's tough because it's a. I already put 2 videos out a week now, right? So putting out another video would be tough for me to. I mean, maybe when I retire next year and then finally get back from the AT or whatever, I could do that. I would have the time to do it, but now it'd be very hard for me to do, especially for how many views it would get. Right? My guess is there's probably about 500 views a week, just like Gerry, somewhere around there. And I don't think that's worth my time. It's just not worth my time. Like I would love to do it because I could actually put that in the website as well, write something on it, and then throw that in there. Like you want to watch a video version of it or just whatever. But it's a lot of time, and I'm already making 2 videos a week now. Plus I have a full-time job. Plus I'm trying to get ready, trying to pack. I've packed a lot this weekend, so yeah, I appreciate you do watching all my other videos. Like a lot of those other videos I did were kind of just throwing them out there, letting people know that these options are out there for you. Options and options. These strategies are out there to make money, um, because a lot of people just don't even realize it, and most people that come into options all come from buying premium. That's where they all started at. All buy premium. And then they got their ass handed to them probably, or they found out it was a losing game, right? You need to wait. There's a lot. Normally, if you're buying premium, your win percentage is very low. And then you have one that kind of runs and grabs legs and it wipes out a lot of losses. That's pretty much their wheelhouse, right? Unless you're like a very rare person that can day trade or very good at that. So anyways, see here, the Theta Gang videos are actually, I don't have videos out there. The only videos that are on the website are my videos. They just get auto imported in there from the YouTube channel, but there's no Theta Gang videos out there. I have thought about doing that though. Are you going to his website? Yeah. It's the Theta Gang options series. So let's say hit like so we can watch this every Sunday. Yeah, please do that. I don't know if it helps, but people say it does. I've got to stop and put a trade on. I like that, Gerry. Hammer time. What'd you say, Gerry? Was I not
No, I
listening?
was like talking about when we start traveling in an RV, it's like Am I going to just, do what I do now and, okay, 1 o'clock's here. Let's hit the road.
Gotta
It's
find a Starbucks.
yeah.
We gotta go steal internet from somebody.
It's definitely.
No boondocking for you.
Yeah, that's the thing. We'll see. It depends on when we go, how big the account is, all that good stuff.
Here's the thing that we're both hoping, because I want to build a schoolie and hopefully do the same thing, go boondock for a month or two, and I'm hoping that Starlink is all over at that point, right? Doesn't matter which longitude, latitude you're at, where you're south or north of the equator, or whatever, right? Like, hopefully it's available everywhere. That'd be cool. And then
that'd be ideal. Just you could be anywhere in the world and just making money.
There you go. And this is going to be a big part of what I'm going to be doing when I retire. Options. It's like I look at it as if I have a boatload of money sitting in this account and there's no premium bacon, that is wasted money. That's how I look at it, And I mean, if it works on a weekly basis, oh shoot, I only have this much premium on, right? Like it can imagine having a whole account available to you and not doing anything. Wow. Evening. Have we seen this one before, Gerry?
No. Set of irons, Bart.
Set of irons, Bart. You're talking about like golf.
Got a golf cart?
Golf sticks.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying.
I got my sticks out in the car. You want to play 9 holes? So, I got to tell the story because a friend and I used to work together, and we took off early on a Friday to go play golf near where we were working. And we'd get on there, and they paired us up. It's like, I hate that crap. It was just gonna be us, and then they paired us up with the other twosome, so it became a foursome, right? And I don't know if anybody's played golf. I've been playing golf since I was like 5 years old, right? And my dad said it's the game you need to learn because this is where a lot of deals are made, right? So, anyways, long story short, just a lot of extra pressure on you when you got 2 people watching you behind you, and you're teeing off, and you hit the big ball first or whatever, or you completely missed the ball. I was warming up, but. Anyways, the guy's like, he found out, what do you guys do? We're computer engineers. And he's like, oh, yeah, I got a computer. Just have an issue at home, And I'm like, yeah, it sounds like an ID10T error. And he's like, oh, really? Yeah. What is that? Is it because of this or because of that? It's like, he didn't know what an ID10T error is. Now, if you write ID10T down, it spells out idiot, all right? So he just completely thought it was a real thing, It's like, oh man, he could have took that golf club and slapped me across the head if he knew what the hell that was. But anyways, drizzle in the house. Snizzle my drizzle. Good old boys. Gentlemen. Uh-oh, jumped on me. Let's see here. Mikaru logged on yesterday. What, you didn't get the announcement? I sent a post out. You must have the notifications turned off. I know who has the notifications turned off now. No, just kidding. Doesn't matter. You can turn them off if you want. So yeah, I did throw a post out just letting you know, hey, we're not gonna be doing a stream tomorrow. It was yesterday. Sorry. We'll be doing it tonight. There you go. So glad you made it, Mikaru. The dark side makes bank. No wonder people turn. He's talking about selling premium. No, he's not. I'm not against what Stockton is doing at all, but there's no guarantee he's going to make money. There's a guarantee I'm going to make money. Is it a guarantee, Gerry? It's almost a guarantee, right?
It's in our favor.
That's as close as you can get to make a guarantee of making money, right?
It's definitely in our favor.
We're selling premium. We're selling time. We're selling insurance. That's the reason it works. He's buying premium, and some other sucker on the other. Well, it's not a sucker. He's the sucker technically, but I get it though. Like it can work. Buying premium can work, but you're also waiting, and all the things are not in your favor. Now, granted, I think he's only doing leaps, which is something I'd
Yeah.
probably do if I was buying premium.
Yeah, he's only doing leaps, and you know, I still look for leaps. I mean, I haven't found anything that I like yet, but
Campbell
I
soup.
think no, I think I think
It's
there'll be a
literally at
time.
a multi-month low.
It probably is. Kimberly Clark's probably still good too.
Yeah,
Um,
it might have come up actually. When you look.
but I think you know, in a market downturn, I think I'd be buying some leaps.
Oh yeah, I definitely would. If we were back down, 30, 40%, I'd be buying some leaps on companies, that I knew for a fact were going to go away. Like Boeing was a good example. We knew Boeing. We know that Boeing was not going to go away, right? The company it was so undervalued that their whole federal side was worth more than the stock was worth at the time. There's no way that Boeing's going to go under, right? You think about all the Boeing planes that we have across this world. You think that a big manufacturer like that's going under when you only have Airbus left? What about all those planes that are in service? It's like, no,
Yeah,
no way. That would have been a perfect example. It hit like 90 or something, right?
yeah,
And there's
yeah.
some other stocks like that too that were some good options to buy some leaps on. But I'd probably end up buying TQQQ options, or maybe just buy it flat out, and maybe some strategic leaps as well. Trading from phone is hard. Oh, I completely agree. I'm not a phone person at all, but I'm going to be forced to use it on the trail, including editing videos on the trail, which has got me. I'm not a texter. I don't know how to text. Like I can, do this and stuff, but I have to write out a title and stuff, and it's like I'm not looking forward to it. I have to learn how to do all that. I might get some tips from Rebecca, which I don't even know if she's here, but I'm a computer person. I cannot trade from a phone, so I'm gonna have to learn how to do it at least, the minimum.
Yeah, it's interesting what he's talking about here. Like watching financial videos, if they don't zoom in on YouTube, it's like I don't watch videos on my phone. I'm like that
I don't
thing's too
either.
damn small. Why?
I
But the crazy thing is the vast majority of people watch on
You're
their phone.
right. A lot of people do. We can tell if they watch from a tablet, they can watch from a TV. We can tell if they watch from a computer or a phone, and a lot of people do watch from a phone. And I honestly I never really, I never look at my own videos on a phone. So I don't know. I'm just old school like that. Like I've been on a computer, and it's like, why would you want to limit yourself if you're trading from a phone and you don't have all the information in front of you? Like it's so hard to see like this bit of information. I can see a lot of stuff that's going on my phone at the same, or excuse me, on my computer at the same time. I can have a website up at the same time while I'm looking at the chart, while I'm looking at the options chain, and while I'm looking at the SP 500 or whatever. So I envy the people that can do it. I just not one of those people that can. I don't watch YouTube videos from a phone either.
Mhm.
And I really don't optimize my videos for that either. So,
Yeah,
um,
I don't either. I mean, it's too hard to be honest with you. Zoom in on that. Okay, zoom in on this, and I'm like, yeah, that's more work.
not only is it more work, it takes a lot longer to render. At
Yeah.
least with the software I'm doing and all that, it takes. If I was going to zoom in on everything all the time, it'd probably take 50% longer to render it. It already takes an hour and a half to 2 hours. Imagine it taking like 2.5, 3 hours to render. So I've never really had any complaint about it though. They mostly complain about the women on my thumbnails more than anything. So, did you guys enjoy the 16 cent per pound discount on pork for the 4th? Mm. I bought my pork on the Thursday, so it's still $9.99 a pound for my bacon.
Well, they said that.
Oh, I know what he's talking about now. He's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. I know what
16
he's talking about now. Yeah, that was on one of the freaking channels.
I'm like, how do you highlight that and make? I don't know, man.
Yeah. It didn't dawn on me until now. Like, oh, yeah, that does make sense. So it wasn't just that though, because they kind of went through everything that prices went up on. Saying food only went up 2%, but I don't know if that's actually correct. A bunch of other stuff went up too, but the funny thing is my bacon's still 9.99 a pound, and even that's after everything went up. So yeah, Dan here, the 16 cents drop was offset by all the pork passed in recent spending bills. That's funny. Rule 72. Yep. 72T. Let's see here. Let's see. Is SoFi a good stock to sell options on? That's a good one. I don't know. Gerry, have you ever done that one?
I'm in it. I'm in it.
You don't sound enthused.
It's right up my alley. I mean, I don't know. It's just one of those things that are just going to come out after IPO and just be kind of volatile. So if you can ride it for a while and collect its elevated premiums without getting assigned or without some crazy bad news coming out on it and it drops 50%, then it's probably it's right up my alley. So that and Rocket, Palantir.
I thought they were spacking out. Didn't they SPAC out?
Oh, you're right. Reversed IPO'd, yeah. Or whatever you call that.
They were SPAC.
You're right.
Yeah.
They were IPOE, I think is what they were.
Oh, yeah. So I don't know.
I don't know. I think SoFi's good. You're talking about college. They're preying on impressionable college people that take on too much debt and can't be discharged from bankruptcy as far as I know. So it's kind of a good business proposition, if you ask me.
I like SoFi. I guess my question is why do you want to do that one, Sal? What do you like about it? Why do you like those riskier plays? Comment below. Comment on the right. Just want to know. I want to know what people's thinking is, right? Because I can adjust. I can try to understand. If I understand where they're coming from, it helps me, reach out to them. Or obviously, I can assume you're just chasing the premium, is my guess. But
yeah, I mean, you're going to just chase premium when you're looking at these stocks. Oh, that's what it is. I'm in the freaking spread. 1850, 1750. I'm probably going to lose my butt on it, or at least $100
on SoFi.
On SoFi,
you did a spread on SoFi. Interesting.
Well, it was me and Thumper were talking about it. And Thumper freaking made money on it, and I'm stuck in it. So
can't parrot people. Don't parrot people, folks. You can't parrot people.
I did it first. He accidentally did it, then I did it. I'm in it. Then he did it the next day. So he parroted me, but got a higher premium. And then when it dropped, he freaking
got out.
Something like that. He got out.
Little in the bag.
Oh, like you.
So you had to go. Did you have to fly close to the sun to get any premium out of it, or what?
Oh yeah, definitely. You're right there. You're like You're like the flames are like hitting your head and stuff.
Why'd you do a spread on? I'm just curious. That's not Gerry.
No, I've been just toying with these spreads, trying to figure out how they work, how they operate. So, this is going to be the one this week because it expires this week. I'll see how to manage it.
But I don't know if that's a good one to do a spread on.
Probably not. But it was like 45. It was like 45 to 50. I think Thumper got like 50 cents for a $1 wide spread. So $50 for 100 risk.
When does that expire?
Friday.
Well, let us know how it goes. I wonder if James is still in here. How did your did you have to end up having to roll your SPY or QQQ or whatever the hell it was? Your call that you had on? You didn't believe me that it was a bear flag, did you? Yeah, you had to roll it, didn't you? You had to roll it, I'm sure. See, best stream of the week. Hey, thanks for that, James. Always love to hear positive feedback. Let's see here. All good. IWM for the win. I'm a big fan of IWM. I like that one. Drop it in to say hi. Drink my sleepy tea. I'm out.
What is sleepy tea?
Well, she probably put some sort of, hard alcohol in it, is my guess.
Well, sleepy is that like a is that? I was just wondering if that was actually a thing in the South.
Chamomile.
No, I thought it was a whiskey.
Lavender and chamomile. There you go. Well, she probably put something like that in there. she chased it. So, GW is pretty to look at. I agree. Let's see here. Let me scroll down here. Shit always goes wrong. Risk management is the name of the game. Yeah, you definitely need to know how to manage risk. And honestly, it's been since the beginning of May since we've had a little bit of a pullback. Is that what it's been? Let me see. May. Shit. You don't remember, Gerry, huh?
I do not.
So we had a little bit of a pullback in June. We had another one in early May. Honestly, man, it looks like that market is just legging up, going up to 440 on SPY. That's where it looks like it's going to me. It looks like there's no end in sight yet until it hits the top of that channel again. And maybe, tries to top out then. But right now it just looks like it's on impulse thrusters. It's gonna until it makes a new tops the top of the channel.
I don't look at the market. I don't look at the market until something goes wrong.
Yeah, is it Sunday already? Next Sunday? No. Let's see here. Investing Sensei, what's going on, buddy? Options videos get really bad views for some reason. I agree. They're not easy to market. That's part of the problem. Like, I did a strategy in this. Unless you throw some like shit stock that you're doing it in, right? Like Palantir. Oh, did I just say that? Riot or Mara. Unless you're doing Riot or Mara, it won't get any views, And I'm not going to be doing Mara or Riot. What?
Are they going to zero?
Palantir? Yeah. Last week it looked like they were going to zero. I'm in Palantirs, by the way, right now. I got 2 on.
Same.
I got a 32 let's see, a 23 strike, 32 DTE.
Dang. Aggressive.
What?
I got a 21.
Say what?
21 strike.
21? Shit. Let me see. Let me look at mine. When the hell did I put that on? Let's see. Maybe I didn't put those in last week.
I put mine on Thursday, so it's a 40. What is it? 46 DTE.
There they are. Oh, you're right. You're right. I did a 20% probably of the money on that. The thing is Palantir just kind of gets down to a certain point and then it doesn't go any lower usually. And it's one of those stocks where I feel like it's a solid company. It's not a piece of shit company. It's not a Riot. It's not a Mars. It's not a SoFi. It's not a SPAC. It was never a SPAC, right? It's a solid company. It's just I don't know anything that they do. I don't honestly give a rat's ass what they do either. It's a solid company. I probably won't, like I said, when I get out of it, I won't be touching it anymore probably. So yeah, it's going to zero. Say, what are you doing once you retire after fire? What are you doing once you retire after fire? First thing I'm going to do is hike the Appalachian Trail. Sorry, Rebecca. Appalachia Trail. That's the first thing I'm going to do. And then after that, who knows? I've always wanted to backpack slash hike slash RV van life whatever, New Zealand from south to tip. So who knows? Depends on the time of year too. I'm still going to do investing. That's going to be my life after that, right? Investing. So we'll never stop doing that. I'll be sharing, I'll be doing options even more probably, even though they'll be more hands off. If you're wanting to play the colonies, put 5 or 10% of your portfolio and then the rest into the indexes. Actually, Gerry, why don't you talk about your colony that you've been doing?
Yeah, so
give us an update.
I was doing one on AHT. Am I echoing? I got an echo. Good?
Sounds okay on my end.
I was doing one on AHT, and they were trading, $4 or $5 or something like that. I bought some shares, bought a few hundred shares, and then sold a few puts and sold some calls against the shares. Everything was looking good. Premiums were high and everything. And then this past Friday, they decide out of the blue to do a 10-to-1 reverse split. 10-to-1 reverse splits are usually not good. Needless to say.
Definitely not good if you're doing options.
Exactly, because at most I would have about 800 shares if my puts were put to me, which are they going to be put to me now? Because Friday after hours, it dropped about 30%. So there we are. Here I am, underwater on a colony play, AHT, reverse split. Now, here's the issue is that, okay, I can sell calls and get out of it. No, because now if I get put the 500 shares from the put contracts I got sold, added to the 300 shares that I own, that 10-to-1 split is only now 80 shares. So I can't even sell a call to get out of it, right? So I'd have to buy more.
How much is 20 more shares going to cost you?
20. Well, it's getting cheaper by the day. But it'd be about, I don't know.
How's the moral of the story here?
It'd be about $600 more I got to invest in this dang thing. Moral of the story is when you're playing with small stocks, low price stocks, anything in the micro, small cap, they are unpredictable, completely unpredictable. They are 100% probably more likely to go bankrupt, to do crazy, stupid accounting things than it is large cap companies. Infinitely more. So the colony thing, yes, there are some pros to it for sure, but the risk on it is exponentially higher. So you have to be really careful with this colony thing, because I think Investor Retire got into one that was he bought a whole bunch of leaps and stuff and got delisted. So he's just out.
That's
so don't take this colony thing like it's some sort of safety valve, or especially if you're new to options, do not do colonies. Okay? Do not. Just don't. That's my opinion. I think you should be in solid American U.S. companies that are legendary, freaking last forever. Sell a damn put on Coca-Cola. Don't mess with these freaking micro cap companies if you are brand new to options and not willing to lose all your money. That's my rant.
Wow. You just unbaked or unpacked or whatever. Wow.
I'm going to lose money. It's a small, like people will say, it's a small portion of my overall portfolio, but still, that is the risk.
Yeah. So Invest Retire. So it got delisted. I mean, or did they announce it was going to get delisted or something like that?
It got delisted. It got delisted because the company failed to. Well, I believe there were heads ups previous because they missed like 3 or 4 earnings reports. And so, that if you're not in the stock and you're just buying it for the colony and you really didn't research any of the news behind the company, you wouldn't know these things, right? You're just thinking of, okay, I'm going to collect premium, and that's all you're thinking, right? If you're not going to research the stock, then don't mess with it. As far as a colony is concerned, you don't have to research Coca-Cola, right? You don't
No,
have to research Apple.
we
You
know
don't
what
have
they
to
do.
Kimberly Clark, but XYZ Acme Company from Ottawa, Canada, you might want to take a look and see what they do.
Yeah. Man. Well, that's sorry, investor retire, bruh. Geez. That's like that money was probably just gone. Like, right? I mean, if it got
Delist,
delisted, it's gone,
I,
right?
I think you can get whatever they delisted it at, but I don't know because because there's going to be still other people that are going to want to sell. So that's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a
Ooh.
good question.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's your answer right there, grateful man. It's not something I'm touching. Like it has a very unique what's the word I'm looking for, Gerry? It has a very specific use case for it,
It can
and the
work.
reason why
Yeah.
Primetime was even doing it to begin with.
Well, the thing is it can work, right? But you're going to have to, like he said, put 5 to 10% or spread it out between 10 of them, and just understand that probably 1 or 2 of them are going to just completely, you're going to lose all your money on them. But
In this case here, it was like $3,000 to $10,000 for some people.
yeah. But the trick is, of course, is to collect premium until they do that, or as you know, extract all the cash you can out of it before it goes away, so that you can say, okay, I only lost X amount, right? So I just don't see it as I don't know. I don't want to own these kind of companies. If you're going to have an ownership of a business in the stock market, you want it to be a solid company.
This brings me to somebody's comment on one of my videos. It was the disaster avoided video where I basically sold like 3 naked puts on Apple, Microsoft, and Facebook. And that's when we had that 10% decline. I got assigned. I started selling cover calls. It dropped more. I was waiting, blah, blah, blah. Cock-a-doodle doo. And he commented on there and said, "You risked $29,000 to make $50?" I'm like, I don't look at like that as risking $29,000. I don't know I don't honestly don't even remember which stock that was. I have to watch the video, but risking $29,000. Those companies aren't going bankrupt. They're not going anywhere. So I don't see it as risking $29,000 to make $50. And then he called me, basically said I was dumb.
Exactly.
So
Because
yeah,
it's
that's
not
just a dumb strategy. In my opinion, you're risking $29,000 to make $50 is dumb.
it's not a risk, because at the end of the day, you could take ownership of a solid company.
I
The
did.
risk,
I took ownership of all 3.
you took ownership,
Yeah,
right? In the colony, you could take
at a good
ownership of
price,
a
by the
crappy
way.
company.
Yes,
So
you own a
do you want
shitty
to take
company.
ownership of a great company or ownership of a crappy company?
Yeah,
That's what it
one
comes down
that
to.
I mean, I had no problem taking these 3 stocks, none whatsoever. Can you imagine taking like a Rad or Mara or something? Jeez, that would scare the shit out of me taking those. Yeah, I don't know. Such an interesting, different way that perspectives, how Gerry and I look at this versus other people look at this. You
Yeah.
know, and people always said this when you're a day trader anyway. people only look at what they could make. They never look at what they could lose, right? You know, go in with a trading plan. This is when you're going to get out. This is when you're going to, take your profit. This is when you're going to put where you take your stop loss, blah, 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 and it's like, I get it. I never get into position looking at the worst case. I really don't, but I get into solid shit though, so I don't have to worry about that as much.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Jerry could get Starlink. Yeah, we're just talking about that.
So.
Like the idea. There you go. All good. Test it out for us. Seriously, all good? After Jerry's 15-minute rant? Oh, man.
It's probably late. It's
I am late to the party. He always says that. Every week he says that. You're a day late. Just kidding. Let's see here. We got Jumer. What's going on, Jumer? What, Dave Cave's golf? Yeah. My dad put a golf club in my hand when I was like 4 or 5 years old. And he was right-handed. I'm left-handed. So he wanted me to be a right-handed golfer. I am a right-handed golfer. I play pool right-handed too. So, let's see here. Am I good? I probably could knock Biden off the steps. I could definitely do that. 4. I'm okay. I'm pretty good for never being a professional or anything, or having any lessons or nothing like that. I'm pretty good. I'll outdrive probably anybody in here. Might not go straight, but I'll outdrive you. Let's see here. Hey, Dave and Jerry, what's going on, Rebecca? Let's see. I had no idea. You play golf? Yeah, I could probably beat you at golf, but I'll probably come close to kicking your ass at ping pong, though. Let's see here. Hard to imagine. I celebrate the 4th of July as a proud American. We thought you were an illegal, Cody. Just kidding. Because you don't show your face. We don't know. So it's July. So when is the finals, Cody? Let's see here. Growth and income. I also logged on yesterday. Just turned out Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. I tried to put it out early enough so people would see it. Yeah, I guess if you don't have notifications on, you probably wouldn't even realize it. Wouldn't know. Jerry and I just said it made no sense to do it yesterday. The market's not open. People are, setting off fireworks. Why would they want to spend, 4th of July night with us when they can just do it on the day off? That's not 4th of July. So thanks a lot for that.
Sounded like a war zone over here.
Did it? Yeah. Not over here.
Complete war zone.
Market? Yeah, still up. So I used to hear the ID10T code a lot at AT&T when the front one radio, the back sells out. Yeah, so ID10T is one of them, and the other one is Picnic, the Picnic Air, or Picnic Air, right? I always, Picnic Air, Jerry honestly, there's a Picnic Air on his side all the time. Problem in chair, not in computer. That's what Picnic stands for. So See right there, ID10T? It looks like idiot, right? CB, yeah, I agree. I'm out of that thing finally, so I don't got to worry about it. My notifications are on, but somehow I missed the memo. You made it tonight, so that's all that matters. Sorry you showed up yesterday and had to twiddle your thumbs and watch paint dry. See, Market Scraper. I took the kids to a parade, and there must have been some dust or something that flew in my eyes when the WW2 vets went by. Wow, that sucks. Did they play the Lee Greenwood song? Almost every 4th of July program always plays the Lee Greenwood song. And almost every presidential candidate plays it too. Let's see here. The only guarantee is nobody get out alive. That's true. That's true. Some say taxes are guaranteed, but that's not true either. There's ways to completely pay zero in taxes. You just can't make a lot of money. That's the problem. You got to be married and not make a lot and have it all be in qualified dividends. So I agree. The only thing that is guaranteed is death. And some people. You ever seen that movie In Time with Justin Timberlake and who else was in it? Very interesting movie because the whole movie was all about trying, like they have like a built-in clock or whatever when they're gonna die, basically. So they know they're gonna die, and all the people in like the poor areas, they were just trying to live. They're like trying to get charged up enough to live to the next day, right?
Mm.
And all the rich people had all the time in the world. Like they were, like 150 years, 200 years, whatever. Like that was not a worry for them at all. So it was such an interesting movie on how like the rich lived and how the poor lived. And it's such kind of a true statement in a way. But, the only thing in reality here is the rich, here, they die the same, the poor, obviously. But watch the movie if you haven't seen the movie, people. It's kind of interesting.
Need to buy some time.
Yeah, that's all that mattered is just time. That's all that the poor mattered about, and the rich. But then you kind of realize all the time in the world, um, you know, just in never aging, because I don't think you age either. You just watch the movie; it's interesting. So I had no idea you had kids. Yeah, I knew he had kids. So you have kids too. Let's see, foldable phone might be the perfect thing for you then. I'm not getting a foldable phone. I'm probably going to end up getting the Samsung 21 Ultra Plus or whatever, because it has all the cameras that I want. It has the stability built in, 6.9 inches, give or take. That's what she said. So yeah, I was thought about getting the Note Ultra, but I mean, what the hell is going on with phones these days? It's like picking up a laptop. Hey, what's going on, Sonny? I mean, you're talking on a laptop these days. Jeez. What happened to the Matilda phones from Zoolander? Been doing heavy options trading on SoFi. Great company. Merger has already went through. Man, don't you learn your lesson? You don't learn your lesson. Didn't you get screwed for about, I don't know, 3 or 4 months not making any money? Because you basically were Neo and it took a shit, and whatever stock you were in took a shit. What's going on? Come on, Cletus. So if you can learn how to use that zoom feature like Gen X does, he's pretty good at it. Make it a lot easier. Well, it depends. I'm going all over the screen. You go to zoom, 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 zoom. She's gonna freaking, get seasick over it. Because I've heard people saying that too. It just depends. I zoom in when I need to zoom in. You'll see me, but as far as like zooming all over everywhere, I'm like my mouse is going, you're gonna get seasick. Like I said, it takes a boatload of time to render just because of that zooming too. I haven't had anybody complain about zooming. Why are you watching it on a phone anyway, all grateful man? Just curious.
Yeah, you need a 40-inch monitor on your desk.
Yeah, 55-inch TV. There you go. Stream to the TV. Have you guys thought of getting an Oculus Quest 2 VR to subsidize a phone on the move? For phone on the move? So no phone at all? Are you trading from front of?
That would be weird.
That is weird. Like, how do you type and stuff? I don't know about that. To me,
That'd be interesting to see.
I'm such a lightweight when it comes to me traveling. Like, I wouldn't want to carry like a big ass freaking, binocular thing or whatever it's called, Oculus. I've wore one of those things, and my friend kind of put a phone on there, and it was actually pretty good. It was like, it really felt like I was there playing this game in 3D, but it's like getting off a freaking treadmill or elliptical. You're like all wobbly and shit when you take it off, it's very weird. I closed the QQQ for a loss. Oh man, that sucks. I thought they were gonna roll it, but didn't roll it. Sometimes the stock wins. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I was I saw it like opened up above 36. I'm like, oh, he's screwed. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's not too bad. $168, not bad. Um, go. What the heck's she saying? Or not she. That was all good. Sorry. He saying.
Oh, I guess they're watching soccer or football to the people that would be offended by me calling it soccer.
Football.
Football.
Our football is a pansy sport compared to their football, or rugby, or whatever the hell it's called. She's an international playboy.
They're freaking nuts.
Playful knowledge. These gents seem to know much more than I do. TikTok financial advisor.
Straight nuts.
What?
I went away for a minute.
Did you? You stayed on our side. I made it back over the weekend. Traded Bitcoin futures, MBP, made 407 48 hour or 4,800 news for it. Also traded Litecoin. Man, there you go. All good. Hook up with James. Yeah, I don't touch that stuff. I was just MBB. Yeah, it's up 1.46%. I just don't touch it. I'm so safe these days. I just don't see the allure of it. I just want to make money on my terms, not have to wait around, hope things go up. So, and I'm really predictable. Dang, Dave. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, I think Dave is either my shadow or my little younger brother. That's been my secret wish to hike the New Zealand. Yeah, for sure. I want to see they called crevasses or they called just glaciers, glaciers, glaced glaciers. It depends on where you're at, which part of the country you're in. Glaciers or glaciers. I think they call them glaciers some places, but they're glaciers. But what's a crevasse then? Is a crevasse the same thing as a glacier? Glacier? But yeah, there's glaciers there. I think there's crevasses too. But yeah, that's been a big dream of mine too. Where the heck Gerry go now? There he is. Did device just coming back? There he is. Well, we did lose you for a second, Gerry. Quit messing with
Sorry.
it. Why don't you go do it, Grateful Man? What's stopping you? Got to do shit before you get too old and die. You know what I mean? Once you're old, like 80 years old, there's some stuff you're not gonna be able to do. The company that was delisted got moved to the pink sheets, so that can still trade. Just scary. Ooh, yeah, that's true. Was it $3 and below, or was it $1
Yeah,
and
that's
below?
like the market of death.
Yeah, like LoopNet, whatever. LoopNet, whatever. That's where all good deals to go to die. It's the same thing with OTC. How many companies leave OTC and go to the normal listing? That happens too, right? Not very often though. Just to be clear, the trade that I got into that got delisted had nothing to do with colonies. I only got 2 leaves. Imagine being in trying to do colonies on it though. How about that? What's that have to do with the colonies? Because you said it was
It's still a
colonies.
crap stock regardless.
Damn, Jerry, you pissed him off.
It's just, I mean, it's a stock. I know, right? Oh, well.
Look, that's a good example, though. You could have been that company doing a colony, though, right?
Yeah.
There you go. He didn't do it. He wasn't doing a colony on it.
I expressed.
Cut out on us. What did he say? You there? What'd you say, Gerry?
But it keeps flashing on me. I said I'm sorry. I expressed my opinion, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah. So he wasn't doing one on a colony, or he wasn't doing a colony with it, but he very well could have been, right? I mean, anyways, it's just another good example right there where another thing happened to a shit stock, right? And if you were doing a colony on it, you'd have been screwed, right? He got screwed anyway, not even doing a colony. So what happens to those leaps and calls with it being delisted? Yeah, we just asked the same thing. Um, Hoping you get paid out. Because here's the thing, I've been in a company that went bankrupt, right? GM went bankrupt, right? Back in 2009 or something like that. And the stock goes to zero. It literally goes to zero, and then they delist it, take the ticker away, and obviously the real ticker stayed around because they came back out eventually later on. But in this case here, I don't know. Somebody knows. Well, we'll see. The ticker name changed from GTT to GTTN. I now gold the same. This doesn't mean hold. I now hold the same position. I believe that they are on the OTC. Okay, I find out tomorrow. All right. Well, hopefully it wasn't a lot of money. Sorry. Shit companies, folks. Shit companies. Put it in the Discord. Put what in there? Oh, probably talking to Investor Retire. Okay, so the Bucks and Suns. Wow. Yeah, Sens. Been a long time since Sens. So
Phoenix
Mark,
Suns in 4.
yeah, they blew my team out. They blew them out. Like, geez, I go to watch and Suns are already waiting for the next team, and then the other team it's like there's still like 4 games before. It's like the Suns had to wait for a long time. Like, what the hell happened to the Nuggets? They got blew out.
Look up Suns in 4 video or Suns in 4 video fight. Hilarious. The Suns guy, there was I forget who they were playing, but there were some fans of the opposing team behind this one dude, right? Talking crap to this guy who's the Suns fan. And the guy turns around and they're just talking crap, but the dudes that were from the opposing team, he went and freaking tried to punch him and like he was a badass. And the Suns guy just freaking grabbed him and just tore him up. Like, he was like, no, stop. He broke his nose and he was crying and stuff. And it was funny because after he broke the guy's nose, he goes, Suns in 4. You got to watch it. It's hilarious.
How did you find that? Where'd you see that? Is it on Twitter or freaking Instagram or something?
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, send it to me.
I think it was Instagram. I have to send it to you.
Investor Retire. No one watches the NBA anymore unless they are woke. Woke people hate free markets too. Nobody watching it? I don't know. I'm an NBA fan. I don't know. I don't know if I'm woke either. Honestly, don't even know what the hell woke even means anyway. Because the way I look at it is being woke to me is just not being a sheep. So, but I think that's the opposite of my woke, right? So whatever.
Yeah, I think so.
It's the opposite woke. There's 2 types of woke to me then. There's bad woke and there's good woke. They were
and then there's
quick
egg yolk.
There's what?
Then there's egg yolk.
Yeah. They were a quick scalp. Okay. Max risk. Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad you made out okay and made up your money. Why didn't you roll the QQQs? Just curious. You were telling me that the market was looking weak. Did you finally come to the Dave side and saw that the bear flag was playing out? The 2 candle bear flag was playing out. Yeah. Now you got all good, all interested in making money off that freaking MBT or whatever it's called. Is it MBT? Yeah, MBT. She's all in that now. I think you met someone else. I don't watch sports at all. I'd rather be, yeah, I agree.
Bet on sports.
Bet on sports. I hear about the Rachel Nichols ESPN Diversify Scan. I don't know. You know anything about that, Gerry?
Yeah,
Yeah,
me and my son just talked about it.
really?
Probably not. Yeah. My son's an NBA fan, so
I am too. Yeah, I'm not really a college. It's not that I don't like college basketball. It's just I don't. At this point, I don't even know half the players on Nuggets anymore. I don't even know any Nuggets players anymore. It's been out of the game for so long, and I don't really know like all. I'm just a big NBA fan. I played a lot of basketball growing up. I just don't know anybody anymore.
well, they're talking about it's not even about players, it's about diversity in other areas. And to me, diversity is that's just key word to me equals racist. So we probably don't want to go much more than that.
I don't like where things are going these days. It's just you can't even say what you really want to say these days without hurting somebody's feelings. And it's like it's
Mm-hmm.
sad. It's sad where we're all going, I think, but yeah, I don't know. I was watching a commercial or something the other day, and it's not even, maybe it wasn't in Mayans. I don't know. It might have been in the Mayans. I don't know. They used like all the proper pronouns for whatever they were saying. It's like, oh my God, like, holy cow. It might have been a commercial. I don't know. Like, that's how bad commercials are these days. Because if you don't do that, like, it's backlash and stuff. It's crazy. Anyways, so that just tells you how old Gerry and I are. Like, we're just from a different era, So she go.
You got me hooked on that one. I love that freaking channel now. I didn't even know that exists until you. I was like, now I watch it. It's freaking hilarious.
That guy is hilarious. If anybody doesn't know what we're talking about gas station encounters. Go watch that YouTube channel. He's freaking hilarious. That guy he's really good at what he does. He's a badass too. He don't put up with any shit.
Uh-uh.
What's up, Matt? Matt Money. All good. Maddie, GW was missing. Yeah. She definitely has the hots for you. Hockey. Yeah, hockey's not a yeah. Hockey's a tough sport too, man, for sure. Yeah, you're missing some teeth. I'm missing my pants. That's what Robin said off of How I Met Your Mother. Man. Yeah, I've never been to a hockey game ever in my life either. Hockey in California was never big. It never was like, even though there was hockey teams there, it just never was something that was really big there.
It's hard to watch. I mean, we had when I first moved here, we had a minor hockey league team, and it's fun to go to the games and hear the noises and stuff, but man, you're freaking up in the bleachers.
You have no idea where the
can't
puck
see
is.
this little freaking puck. They need to like light it up, make it neon or something. I don't know.
It's black, Gerry. It's pretty big too. It's not as small as you said it was.
Yeah, but when you're freaking up in the bleachers,
you're in the cheap seats, the nosebleeds.
You're in the cheap seats. Yeah, you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I've never been to a hockey game, and the basketball games I go to these days are like, they're 6 rows up. I don't go to games where I'm way up there anymore. Like I'll buy the tickets, I'll pay the money for them because I love to sit near the floor.
Yeah.
I don't have a box. I can't afford a box, folks. Let's see here. What are they saying here? So I didn't roll because I couldn't roll up. Oh, okay, I got you. And I have a rule: I don't put more money into a losing trade. Interesting. I guess Thumper could take make note of that. So Also have 5 other contracts on, so it wasn't that big of a loss anyway. Why not just take the loss, right? Make it up. I'm surprised it was a small loss, actually. I don't know how he got out with that small of a loss.
It's probably small to him.
$168 is not that big of a loss, Jerry, when something's in the money. Think about it.
Yeah.
I'm only going to do colonies on QQQ. Nah, that's not technically a colony.
That's risky.
That's not technically a colony. I don't know. Even Thumper got called out on a stock that wasn't technically a colony, even though it was a shit stock. Sandwiches at the gas station are way too tasty. Yeah. That's why he always says, it's got, 2 pounds of beef in every one of the sandwiches.
He doesn't want one of those.
He doesn't want one of those. No, let's go here and rip this off. You gotta watch it, folks. It's hilarious.
It's freaking funny. Did you watch the one recently where dude was freaking putting the hand down his pants and like scratching himself and then reaching into
that one?
Oh,
I like when they just charge the people for the shit anyway. Let's just charge the guy for the shit anyway. And a lot of times the people don't even realize they've been charged for like all this stuff, But no, I haven't seen that one. Do you see the one where there's somebody shit behind the place?
No.
No.
Yeah.
I guess I need to go. You're shit down right down here. And man, God, when I ran across that, man, I just got I went down like a YouTube rabbit hole that whole day and just watched like gas station encounters the whole day. Crazy. Let's see here. Why do women talk so much? That's kind of let's call it racist. That's racist. That's
sexist.
That's a male chauvinist pig type of saying. I don't know. What do you?
That's just stereotypical.
Not every woman talks so much. I think it's more common they talk more.
It's more
men
common.
Do, because men, unless we get to, I don't know, this stuff. Because I've had girls say, "Oh, why don't you share your feelings?" And when you do, they kind of use it against you down the road. It's like so men are kind of we're very reserved in what we do share, feelings wise, but because men like to listen. No, actually, we just glaze over. Glaze over. Our brains are huge.
We're good at doing this.
Yeah. What did you say? I didn't hear it. Yeah. Our brains are huge. We have 2 brains at least. Let's see what here.
Wait, what? Do we?
You don't? Alligator
Left brain, right brain?
No, alligator brain. So let's see here. Why do we always have to go off in the weeds?
I don't know. This is the way it is.
You get us back on track. You people down in the comments can get us back on track. Let's see here. It was a 356 call, so sold for 88 cents. So loss was the difference between. Yeah, but I don't remember what it ended at, but it ended at over 356. I thought.
He said 358.56.
Yeah, I'm just saying it ended over 356 though.
Well, that's what he's saying. It was the loss was the difference between 356.88 and 358.56.
Yeah, wasn't I guess? Yeah, it didn't really put him too far in the money then. Did you see the other one where the guy starts to buy shakes by shaking the clerk's hand, and they try to scam some more beef jerky, or scam some beef jerky, return without a receipt? I haven't seen that one. Cause everybody else shakes hands with the clerk. What? I haven't seen that one. You seen that one, Jerry?
Mm-mm.
Look, there's no more questions here. There's no more interaction. So Why don't we let everybody go and just start the week off on a high note? Look at the market's up right now. NQs are down a little bit, but I still think we're going to be going up more. So maybe, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not this week. I don't know. But it does look like the market's going to be going higher at some point. I think equities are still a place to be right now. So, Gerry, you got any last words?
Famous last words. This week's going to be short. Enjoy it. Trade extra.
Trade extra. Yeah. Yeah. Good night, everybody. Well, I hope everybody had a great 4th of July. We'll see you in the comments. We'll see you in the Discord. We'll see you next week. So everybody have a great weekend or weekend. Everybody have a great week, and we'll see you mañana, if that's the correct word. And